Yo, VIP, let's kick it.
Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby.
All right, stop, collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow to the extreme. I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chum like a candle. Dance, go rush the speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom daily. When I play a dope melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it. You better gangway, you better hit bullseye. The kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
Ice, ice, baby.
Vanilla.
Ice, ice, baby.
Vanilla ice.
Ice, ice, baby.
Vanilla ice.
Ice, ice, baby.
Yeah. Now that the party is jumping with the bass kicked in and the Vegas are pumping. Quick to the point, no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Burning them if you ain't quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll, it's time to go solo. Rolling in my 5.0 with the rag top down so my hair can blow. The girl is on standby, waving just to say hi. Did you stop? No, I just drove by, kept on pursuing to the next stop. I busted a left and I'm heading to the next block. The block was dead, yo, so I continued to A1A.
Beachfront Avenue.
Girls were hot, wearing less than bikinis. Rock man lovers driving Lamborghinis. Jealous, cause I'm out getting mine. Shade with a gauge and vanilla with a 9. Ready for the chumps on the wall. The chumps acting ill because they're full of 8-ball. Gunshots ranged out like a bell. I grabbed my 9, all I heard was shells falling on the concrete real fast. Jumped in my car, slammed on the gas. Bumper to bumper, the avenue's packed. I'm trying to get away before the jackers jack. Police on the scene, you know what I mean. They passed me up, confronted all the dope fiends. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
Ice, ice, baby.
Vanilla,
Ice, ice, baby.
vanilla ice,
Ice, baby.
vanilla ice,
Ice, baby.
vanilla. Take heed, cause I'm a lyrical poet. Miami's on the scene, just in case you didn't know it. My town that created all the bass sound, enough to shake and kick holes in the ground. Cause my style's like a chemical spill. These are rhymes you can vision and feel. Conducted and formed, this is a hell of a concept. We make it hype and you wanna step. With this shade blade on the face, slice like a ninja, cut like a razor blade, so fast. Other DJs say, damn, if rhyme was a drug, I'd sell it by the gram. Keep my composure when it's time to get loose. Magnetized by the mic while I kick my juice. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while DJ revolves it all. Vanilla ice, vanilla ice, vanilla ice, vanilla.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Wednesday night. It's 7:09. You know what time it is. That's right. I was 5 minutes late. I was scrambling because I went live and for some reason it started a new stream instead of starting the one that I already had set up for tonight. So it's like one of those things, you know, like when you get to a wedding and something doesn't go exactly right and you start shaking, your hands get cold. But guess what? We got our work in. I was 5 minutes late. Forgive me for that. Everybody, say what's up to J-Tech in the comments. Let J-Tech know that, congratulate J-Tech. He's now a moderator of my channel. He's been a supporter since day one. He's always in the comments, and he's been a good friend of mine. We've been chatting back and forth through different social medias. So everybody, tell him congratulations. Now he can slap y'all's hand if he needs to. So, yeah, thank you, J-Tech. Let's see who else is in the building here tonight. We got Kelly King from the bedroom. I guess I should make her a moderator too, right? We've got J-Tech in the house. Kevin Sounds in the house. What up, Kevin? Thank you for joining, my man. He's also been a day one. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you so much. Danny B's in the house, my main man from H-Town. That's my man. That's my boy. So he's in the house as well. Who else we got in here? HJ, ESR. We've got Roger in the house. What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for joining tonight. Tonight is going to be a controversial show. All right. So all you guys that are here tonight, you should be excited because most likely I'm going to be deleting this segment off of the video once it goes live because what I'm going to talk about tonight can get you actually banned on YouTube. So it's going to be an exciting show tonight. I hope you guys are ready. Spread this thing around. Hit that like button. Share it with somebody that you know you might that is another fellow DJ or a fellow music lover or a fellow just person that likes to be entertained on a Wednesday night. Man, share it with somebody so we can grow this thing and get it popping. We've got it popping already. 15 people in here. Hit that like button. Hit the like button on the stream, and in just a minute, we're going to go over what I've been doing this past week. DJ Drizzy in the house. What up, Drizzy? Thank you for joining, my man. He was on the show last week. If you guys missed it, you can catch the replay. Just go to the live section of my channel, and his video's on there. And luckily with him, everything worked great, man. I didn't have to hardly edit anything. So, LaRocus Entertainment in the house. Primetime Event DJs in the house. What up, guys? What up? Guayo 42, H-Town, Maine. He's in the house. What's up, man? I don't think I've talked to you yet. So let me know. What kind of DJ are you? Let us know in those comments. Where you from? What events do you like doing? What events do you do? How you make that money? Kevin Sounds, you're good, my brother. You're always in time. That's right, man. That's right. Hey, J-Tech with the super chat. Let's get this party started. That's my man right there. Thank you, man. Thank you. That is one thing I did want to mention to you guys now. I did notice during Drizzy's stream last week when I was doing the interview portion of the video, I was falling quite behind on the comments. So if you guys are gracious enough and you like the stream enough, if you do, go ahead and pop that super chat on there and give a small donation to the channel. It will help the channel. And also, I will be sure to hit up your comment, obviously, because it will be highlighted and in my face. So, yeah, man, thank you so much. It's not required, of course, but I thank you so much if you choose to do that. Primetime Event DJs, what's up, man? Thank you for joining. I don't think I've talked to you as well. My Mayano mic looking crispy, eh? Does it sound crispy? That's the key. Does it sound good? That's the key. So, yeah, I still got my Elgato right here just in case, and it's muted. So if this one loses battery or goes crazy or something, y'all let me know in those comments, and I will switch right away. And it should work just as fine, just like my older streams. So we've got about 2 more minutes. I'm going to let a couple more people get in here, and then we will start with what I did this past week. And let's see, Jackson, you slacking. Yeah, he's back there. He's normally back there playing Minecraft instead of moderating. You know what I mean? But it's all good. He told me today, he's like, Dad, I really don't need to moderate. You know, like, you're just not that popular yet. I was like, oh, man. Guayo42. I'm a clone like you. Live in Pearland and DJ here and there. Not full time. Mostly wedding and private events. Cool, man. Well, nice to meet you. Thanks for checking in, man. I appreciate it. Pearland, eh? That's a nice area. Right. Primetime event GJs. Just a thank you for your great content. Thanks, man. Holy crap. Look at this. Look at this action. Danny B in the house. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for your donation. Hot diggity do. Super chats rolling in. More speakers incoming, baby. Oh, man. You guys are awesome, man. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Yes. Thank you for the support, man. You guys are awesome. Like I said, during the interview portion, you know, I do get distracted quite a bit, or, you know, I get involved with the guests. So if you got a comment or a question and you want to make sure that we answer it or it gets answered, just pop that little super chat button. And man, I really appreciate that, man. It makes me feel good, man. It makes me feel good that you guys appreciate what I'm doing here. And man, I really appreciate it. So let's get into what I've been doing this past week. And let's see, I don't even know how to do that. You just, you got to be, I think there's a little button underneath the video. It'll say super chat and you just click that. And then I think, I'm not even really sure, actually. I think you got to put in your credit card information and that kind of stuff. But, you know, Kelly, you could just come in here and just throw some money at me. You know, it's all good. What you guys think? All right. So let's see here. Let me find where is my, there it is. The things I wanted to talk about. Here we go. Let's pull that over here. And once again, guys, like I always say, this stuff is usually going to be edited out. It's a $sign. Danny says it's a $sign underneath the video. All right, let's go. Screen share. Here we go. So what did I do this past week? Well, I didn't have any gigs. Let me fix this camera. This camera's off a little bit. There we go. I didn't have any gigs. What about you guys? Let me know in those comments. Did y'all do any gigs this past weekend? Did y'all make some money? Did y'all have a good time this past weekend out there DJing? But this is what I did since I didn't have any gigs. So we're going to open this up. Well, first off, I was at work and my wife sends me the infamous video. You know, she sends me the infamous video. Oh, wait a minute. Why is the screen capture? Why is there no audio? Y'all guys couldn't hear that, right? Let me see. Why is there always something with these damn streams? I'm telling you guys. Let's see. 15 watching only, 6 thumbs up. Come on, guys. Hit that thumbs up for me. Hit it. Let's see. Properties. Nope, that's all good. Screen capture's good. It's not muted. Could you guys hear this video? Because she's talking during this video, so you should be able to hear that. And it's not showing up in my OBS. What if I close it and reopen it? Let's try that. Let's close that. Oh God, no, please don't. Is that another cool speaker? My man, that's why I gotta hear you. That's why you gotta hear the audio. Let's see. Yo, Chinchillin's back in the house. What up, Chinchillin? Thank you for joining. Thank you. All right, let's see. Finder. See, this is what happens. You get this thing going and you set it all up the way you want it, and then something doesn't work right, you know? But this is why you guys get to see all this, but on the replay, this is all cut out. So let's see. King's Core, there we go. And now we go DJ ROC, and now we come over here. And we click this. Come on, man. Come on. Give me some audio. No audio. Well, I guess it's not that important, but what if I do application capture? Or window capture? No, that ain't working. What if I do that? Let's see what happens here. No, that just brings up the Finder only. All right, well, I guess we're going to have to do without What? Okay. Guess we're going to have to do without sound. I don't know. Advanced here. That looks good. Screen capture. Monitor off. Monitor and output. Let's try that. I'm sorry, guys. I hate it when people, especially streamers, do this crap, but I wanted y'all to hear this because you got to hear my wife's reaction. It's pretty funny. Let's see. Open. There we go. We got it.
What is this? More speakers? I don't know what this is.
So she's like, are you serious? Is there more speakers? You gotta be kidding. I don't know what this is. So yes, over this past week, I was sent a new toy and I've been playing with it, and I'm gonna save my reactions for the video. But this will be coming up soon on my channel, of course, a review video for the Blade 12A by Blast King. Now, Blast King, the audio was super low on the video. Yeah, Blast King, if you don't know, yeah, fix that. I just really wanted to work with him because, Blast King, James King, it just makes sense, right? Like, I'm going to say that in my video, of course. And let's see if I can play it again.
Seriously? What is this? More speakers? I don't know what this is.
So, yeah, anyways, yeah. So, yeah, I did receive that, and I can't wait to make a review video on that bad boy right there. But let me just tell you guys, like, it's awesome. It is awesome. So it's going to be a fun video to make, man. I love reviewing stuff when I'm excited about it, and I'm definitely excited about this one. And moving right along. Oh, this was actually me testing the speaker. Oh, my Lord. Bro, I'm listening to this speaker while I'm doing this. Holy shit. This is the loudest speaker I've ever heard on Bluetooth. It's crazy. There you go. So that was my first reaction after using it for a while. You could see on there I was putting some stuff together again. But for my wife ordered a shoe rack, right? She's like, hey, I ordered a shoe rack. I need you to put it together. I'm like, okay, cool. 6 hours later, I'm still putting together this shoe rack, and yeah, it was the most insane shoe rack ever. Oh man, I had another. There we go. All right. Yeah, more speakers. That's right. Okay. So moving right along, here is a post I have noticed over the last week here. Check this post out. You're gonna love this. Y'all ready? The no filter DJ community. All right. Exoton is the Kia Stinger of speakers, but it don't matter if you win by a mile so long as you're not granny shifting and double clutching like you should. That was a hilarious post. So I think, in my next Exoton video, I'm going to have to include a clip from Fast and the Furious just from this post. But as I scroll down, look at this action right here. We got the man, the myth, the legend, the YouTube dominator, Nick Spinelli in the comments. They had those speakers at the Pittsburgh DJ Summit, and my God, do they sound like shit. Okay, by the way, guys, this is a uncensored stream, so just so you guys know, if you got kids, put their earmuffs on. Yeah. So then, of course, the guy comments again. So you're saying he blew the welds off the intake? I love the comments. It's hilarious. But yeah, so what do you guys think about that? I guess our friend Nick Spinelli has finally heard the Exotons, and he thinks they sound like shit. So I'm not surprised by that, to be honest. I mean, he's an RCF like purist or whatever. He thinks RCF's the only speaker company that makes good speakers. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that he said that. I'm not surprised that was his reaction. But yeah, like Kevin said, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised either. He says they sound like shit. Now, I don't know, in what context he heard them or whatever, but maybe he's just mad because they haven't sent him a pair of them yet. But who knows? We'll see what happens with that. It's weird that they had what is the Pittsburgh DJ Summit? What is that? Like, is that some show that's like, I haven't heard him talk about that or anything, so I don't know when that is or what that is or whatever. But anyway, apparently they were there. And then also wanted to show you guys this past week, I replaced the feet on my Exotons. So the top ones there is Kevin says, bet money they weren't even in DJ mode. Yeah, exactly. They were probably in normal mode. Yeah, that's hilarious. But you can see in this picture, so the bottoms right there, that's the original feet, and you can see how they were slick. And then these are the new feet, which like have grooves cut into them. And so anyway, I just wanted to take that picture to show you guys. I was replacing the feet because they finally arrived to me from China. Took like almost 6 weeks to get here. But I finally got them, and I was doing some, maintenance this past weekend on all my gear. I brought my trailer home, and I was doing some repairs and stuff on that. And I finally got the feet on these speakers. And then here's another picture. It's the, feet side by side. So you can see these are the originals. These are the new ones. That way you can really tell, what they did to improve the slippage action. So if you guys have the old feet, just be sure to contact them. All they will do is charge you shipping, which is like $7, and they will send you the new feet for your speakers. So that's pretty cool of them. Moving right along, we've got this post right here. So I found this interesting. DJ Bar posted on his channel, hey bros, I'm just getting back into things after my YouTube break, and I'd love your help. What type of videos do you want to see more of from me? So this was a poll. He's got gig logs, DJ tips and stories, gear reviews, and DJ business advice. So did any of you guys vote on this poll? And also, if you did, what did you pick? And I was surprised to see that the lowest thing picked on there was gear reviews. And I'm like, that's what I do. I do gear reviews. So I'm like, oh man, like I hope, that's not going to hurt my channel, but I don't like doing gig logs, and that's what got voted number 1. And then DJ tips and stories got voted, second or third, I guess. They tied for second and third. And that's basically what I do at the beginning of this stream. So anyways, you guys let me know, man. Do y'all like what I do? Do I need to change anything? But yeah, that one just kind of made me a little like, maybe people just like Bar for the gig logs, because his gig logs are cinematic and they're crazy. It's like watching a movie or like a reality TV show. So anyways, I don't know. I just found that interesting. Let's see I wanted to share that with you guys in the chat and see what did you guys think and get y'all's opinions. So thank you, man. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Your gear reviews are great. Thank you, man. So that's what I feel like I'm good at. I feel like it's fun to me. It's exciting to me. Gig logs just would not be exciting to me. So that's why I don't do them. And then last but not least, we've got DJ ROC. He's going to be joining us here in the second hour in about 30 minutes. And we're going to learn all about his business. And I really don't know him hardly at all. Like I've never met him in person. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, so I wasn't able to do like some, real research on him in the background. So, yeah, so you guys are going to be learning along with me about him. So yeah, man, y'all make sure to put in the comments if y'all have any questions. He runs his own business in the Northeast. So we will I think he's up there, with all those big hitters, Bar and Nick Spinelli and all them. So we'll definitely chop it up with him and see if we can learn a thing or two from him. So that's everything I wanted to show you guys from the past week. Let's get back to this chat. See what I missed here. Let's see. All right. Oh gosh, more money. Electro Boy, what's up, man? This is my second channel though. Oh, whose second channel is this? Electro Boys. But anyways, thanks for joining. Thank you for the support, Primetime. Really appreciate it. Gaio, we in Pearland all the time. Yeah, man. Pearland's great. Hey, look at this. Let's keep this train going. Kevin Sounds drops in a 10 spot. Damn, man. You guys are killing it here tonight, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Holy crap, man. So awesome. Yep. If you want to do a super chat, it's the little $ at the right, apparently. Kelly says I got it wrong. I got to give her the money. Oh, man. Oh, God. No, please don't. It is another cool speaker. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No clue how to thumbs up. Kelly, how, I guess you've never watched YouTube. See, she's a Instagram and TikTok girl. So, all right. Good news. I got a second channel done. I don't know what that means. Thumbs up. It's a free and it helps the stream. Yeah. Right underneath the video, there's a little thumb icon. Just hit the thumb up button. Yeah, I know it helps, but where is this? Right underneath. You probably have to hide the chat for a second to see it. Yep. Can you open the video into the program? All right. We fixed the audio. Shorty from Philly. I just ordered a Blast King 12-inch top, the Nova 12. All right, man. Cool, dude. Well, I'll be looking forward to seeing your videos as well. And if anybody doesn't know, he posts videos as well. Popular thing to say, guys with a grain of salt. Who cares? Like what you want. Yeah, fam. I never listened to these guys from day one. Like Kelly says, you like what you want. Yeah, man. See, yeah, but you're strong like that, man. A lot of guys aren't strong. You know, they just listen to whoever tells them what to do. The slippage action. You could almost do that with the old feet. Yeah. Yeah, with the old feet, I guess you could cut some grooves into them. That's a good point, you know. What you do is cool, different from the rest. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. It's cool, like the Cupid Shuffle's way of meeting vendors without really knowing anything about them. Oh, yeah, like the Cupid Shuffle. I think you mean the couple shuffle, whatever. The shuffle couple. Got it backwards. Once they hit a certain status, it's hard to take them serious when it comes to gear reviews. Sadly, yeah, you're right, man. You're right. That's why I'm kind of glad I went the direction I did. I went budget brands. So Smiley's in the house. What up, Smiley? Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, Twin Sounds, keep killing it with another donation. I'm going to have to, after tonight, I'm going to learn how to pop these super chats where they do something special on the screen, man. I'm going to have to learn how to do that because you guys have been too nice to me tonight, man. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. Man, thank you so much. Thank you. So, all right, let's get into our topic for tonight, our main stories. Now, again, I want to remind everybody, this is a uncensored stream. Uncensored stream. So there will be some words in here that you probably, we're going to be using grown-up talk here tonight. And like I said, this is going to be very controversial. So this clip will probably be edited off and not on the actual video that gets posted to my channel once this live is over. So thank you guys for being here tonight, man. Y'all are my home team, man. I love you guys. And I really appreciate y'all coming in here every Wednesday night, man. Every day, man. Every Wednesday, I wake up and I cannot wait to get out here and talk to you guys. I really can. It's so much fun. Steve MC, what speakers are you using now? I'm using the Exaton 1503s, man. Those are my babies. Those are the things that are going to rock all my events this year. And unless I find something better. So, and I will definitely, you guys will be the first ones to know if I find something better. So we're going to get into this. So again, uncensored stream. So let's do this. Y'all ready? So let's go to screen share. Now, if you guys didn't know, I just do want to mention, I posted a new video this week. It's this review video on this microphone. I thought the actual intro of it was pretty good. I had a whole theme of Disney princesses going, and I thought that was a pretty clever thing I did there. So anyways, if you guys don't care about the microphone, please go watch the video just for the intro because I thought it was funny. And then you can always, click off the video after that. But I thought the intro was good. And yeah, man, I wanted to, showcase that here for a second. So if you guys don't know who this is, I've been watching this guy for a little while now. Now, I'm not going to get political because, I find that that's just a hole I don't want to dig into. But Nick Fuentes is a very right-wing political commentator. And if you guys don't know who that is, he posted this video or whatever, and he's hanging out with Sneako, this guy right here. And he is he's a streamer as well. I think he streams on Twitch or something like that. And then you've got Fresh and Fit guys in here, which are streamers as well. You got Andrew Tate and Tristin Tate in here, the Tate brothers. If you don't know who they are, Google them. And these are all like guys in the manosphere category. And if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of these guys now that are basically the opposite of the blue-haired liberals. And, you know, they are basically saying, you know, they're totally right wing, like more than Trump, like way right wing. And anyways, they went to a club. Okay. So they decided to go to a nightclub. And I was watching this earlier and I was like, man, I got to talk about this because this is so relevant. I was going to talk about NAMM and all the new stuff they're releasing at NAMM. And I'm like, we can talk about that next week because, you know, NAMM will be over this Friday. And so next Wednesday, we'll talk about all the new stuff they release. But this just happened literally this morning / last night is when all this broke. Now, they went and did this on Saturday, but this is a nightclub in Miami. So I want you guys to hear this and listen to this nightclub. Like, first of all, just listen to the music and how the DJ is playing this room.
It's funny. To make it now, no one knows who you are or cares. Yeah. Oh. We didn't do it right now. Yeah. Who the fuck are those people? Look at it.
So that was Andrew Tate. That's Tristin Tate, his brother right there. You can tell he's not having a good time. These are 40-year-old men, you know, like my age, you know. So it's like this kid right here is 20. So obviously he's having the time of his life.
And then look at them. Yeah, literally no one. No, that's not how it goes. You're supposed to try again.
Okay, so this is where the video gets interesting, all right? So look at Sneako's face right here, okay? And that's because he knows what's about to happen. This is what's about to happen right now. And they literally went viral. They broke the internet over this, okay? So what happened was Nick Fuentes, this guy right here, he got canceled, right? He got kicked off of YouTube. And you guys let me know in the comments if everything sounded good and everything, because y'all haven't said anything in a minute. So anyways, he got kicked off of YouTube. He got kicked off of basically every social media platform except for Rumble, this is what this video is on right now. And this is why I'm going to delete this segment off of YouTube, because just mentioning this guy's name, Nick Fuentes or whatever, and talking about him can get you banned on YouTube. And because of the crazy shit that he says all the time. So anyways, Nick Fuentes became great friends with Kanye West. Whenever Kanye was going off the rocker and he was like, you know, saying a whole bunch of stuff about Jewish people and yada, yada, yada. You know, I'm not getting into all that, the political side of it. But Nick Fuentes was a good friend of Kanye. They actually went and ate dinner with Trump, like during last year's Thanksgiving and stuff. Anyway, or 2 years ago or whatever. Anyways, Kanye West made a song called Hail Hitler, right? And it's banned off YouTube. It's banned off Spotify. Like, you can't listen to it pretty much anywhere except for on Rumble. Well, one of these jokers in this little group or whatever somehow went to either the club owner or the DJ or somebody in there and asked them to play this song in the club, because they knew what was going to happen, you know, because they were streaming. Of course, they were streaming like to their platforms during this, and they had 40 or 50,000 people watching their stream. And then, of course, you got all the people in the club. And look at his face and watch this shit.
Right back. Bitch, I've been feeling. Let's go. Hail Hitler. say the things I say on Twitter. Way down, bro, way down. Let's go.
All right, so that's basically the clip I wanted to show you guys. So what do y'all think about that? And here was my take on this, here's my take. So if you were that DJ, right, and you're in that club, and first of all, I sent this to Danny earlier. I couldn't believe I was watching this clip, and the DJ at this club, I mean, the air horns and the sirens, like every 5 seconds of the song, I'm like, dude, if I was the club owner, I'd have fired that fucker like right then. Like, I'd have been like, get the hell out of here, dude. Like, I can't. I mean, maybe that's what they do in the clubs nowadays. I mean, I haven't been to a club in a long time. Obviously, I'm a 44-year-old dad, so it's not like I'm doing a lot of clubbing. But what do you guys think? So the question I wanted to pose to you guys is, have you ever been at a wedding or at an event where somebody comes up and requests a song that's either against your like political views or against your religious beliefs or against your ethics as a whole? Has that ever been a situation where you've been in where somebody comes? Now, I'll give you some of my experience. So let's go back to our main screen. So I was at a wedding one time, and one of the guests came up to me and asked me to play WAP. And now I know you guys know, WAP was a song that was pretty popular last year or something like that. And it stands for wet ass poontang, And what's crazy to me is that, first of all, that this song is even banned to begin with. Now, hear me out. I'm not saying like Hail Hitler is a song that should be played, everywhere and everything like this. But what I am saying is I'm surprised that it's banned. It's banned on YouTube. It's banned on Spotify. It's banned everywhere because you have songs like they have songs, called WAP, right? And that was on the radio. That was literally on the radio stations here in Houston. We're driving around and get a bucket and a mop for this wet ass. Yeah. And like on the radio. And of course it's edited or whatever, but what they're saying, that's on the radio. And then you got songs like, from 20 years ago, Fuck the Police, that was on the radio. That was like a popular song. That was a popular thing, And like this song, if you listen to it and if you read into it, if you read what Kanye West wrote about it and all that, it's not like he's not celebrating Hitler and killing Jews and all that like in the song. He's what he's doing is he's comparing it to what they've done to him in his personal life by taking his kids away and taking his money away and all this stuff, right? Because he was saying all that crazy shit. They banned him and they took his contracts away and all his money. So that's why he did the song. He was comparing it to anyway. Again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it was interesting to me how they banned the song, and they didn't ever ban songs like Fuck the Police. They haven't banned the songs like WAP, or banned songs like that glorify, selling drugs and killing people and whatever else. I always looked at it like theater, it's like the music to me is like theater, and then you got music, from P. Diddy and music from freaking, R. Kelly, and these guys who've been convicted of like child rape and shit. And it's like their music's still out there, but they banned his song specifically, so it's kind of fishy, it's kind of like, that's kind of weird, Well, anyways, the fallout from this, from them getting this DJ to play this, I want to show you guys this. Let's share the screen. Let's come over here. So yesterday, a group of influencers came to the Vendome nightclub in Miami Beach chanting Nazi slogans that glorified the Holocaust. Okay, I'm not getting into all that. Symbols of hatred, genocide, and one of the darkest chapters in human history. I am deeply disturbed and disgusted by these videos of twisted individuals glorifying Hitler and the murder of millions. Adolf Hitler and his Nazi regime murdered 6 million Jewish people with a mission to exterminate the entire Jewish nation. Numerous members of my grandparents' family were among the 6 million slaughtered and tortured by Hitler and the Nazis. May their memory be a blessing. Miami Beach is a welcoming, inclusive city built by people of all backgrounds and faiths. But these influencers who spread hate should never have been welcomed into this club or allowed to play a song with Heil Hitler lyrics that has been universally condemned. I have and will continue to fight against hate speech against any group. Anti-Semitism, hate speech, or the normalization of extremist ideology has no place in our Miami Beach community, our nightlife, and any public setting. And that is the mayor of the city. Crazy that this guy, that they went so viral. And literally, that song is only 2 minutes and 21 seconds long. And the dude only played, the DJ in the club only played like a minute and a half. He played like one chorus of it, and then he was out. And so, it's just crazy to me. So the mayor comes out, makes that statement, right? This was on the news, by the way, in Miami. And then, as of January 20th, 2026, Vendome Nightclub has fired 3 employees following an incident where an anti-Semitic song by Kanye West was played during a weekend event. So again, I'm looking at it from the DJ's perspective, okay? Now, Andrew Tate rolls into that club, right? He's like the biggest guy on social media. He's like one of the most famous people on the internet right now. And if he and when he came in at the beginning of that video, they do like the bottle service. They got the signs and the sparklers going. And Andrew Tate's in the house. They even gave him the microphone. And he was like, hey, yeah. He was like talking to the crowd and shit. Like he was a damn movie star or a rapper, And anyway, so if he asked you to play this song, and I don't think it was him. I think it was somebody in his entourage or whatever. But regardless, if you're the DJ, you're supposed to be in there to like make everybody happy and all this and that. So how would you handle this situation? How would you, I guess for that song, I guess it would be okay to say, hey, look, I'm not playing that. And what's crazy in the video, they actually say like the DJ had to go on Rumble and rip it off of Rumble to play it in the club that night because there's not an MP3. You can't buy it anywhere. It's banned on iTunes. It's banned everywhere. So he literally had to rip it off of Rumble and then play it, in the club. So it says 3 people were fired from the nightclub. So who do you think was fired? Well, of course, the DJ was fired, 100%. That's one of them. Most likely the manager, whoever was managing that night, I'm sure they were fired. And then the third person, I don't know, maybe like the person under the manager or something like that. Like, what do you guys think in those comments? Like, what would y'all do in this situation? Like, how would you handle this? You don't want to piss off, like, because to me, it's like, it seems like the DJ was in a shitty situation regardless. Like, if he says no and doesn't play the song, then Andrew Tate tells the club manager, hey, this guy won't play my song. And then the DJ probably gets fired anyway. And then he does play the song, and he's now, look what's happened. He's caused this huge controversy. Now he'll probably not be able to get a job anywhere at any of the freaking nightclubs. Yeah, Danny says the promoter. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, the promoter probably got fired too. So it's kind of a crazy situation, It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, And it's literally a minute and a half song, And it's like, come on, man. Like, I get it. Like, anyways, like I said, I don't want to get into the politics of everything, but it's just kind of a crazy situation that just happened. And I was just happened to be watching all that today. And I was like, damn, I got to talk about this on the show. Cause what do you guys think? I don't know. Like, yeah, Steve says, tell the people I don't have it. You could try that, but like people know nowadays you can get anything. Like I said, you can rip or hell, you can play YouTube videos right off your computer, Kelly says, don't play it. Tell the management why. Yeah. That's what I would have done. But again, I think you would have gotten fired anyway. But again, I would never be in this situation. It's not like I'm going to be at a nightclub anyway. But like, I wonder, I would like to ask Nick Spinelli, like, what would he have done in this, position? Because he plays nightclubs and stuff like that. That letter is why Kanye made the song, in my honest opinion. He just doesn't get it. That letter? Which letter? I don't know what you mean. So Cop Killer was banned. Okay, so there was more. Okay. Because to my knowledge, I was like, I've never even heard of a song that's been banned, to be honest. I mean, I've heard some grotesque songs, And like I said, yeah, I had a wedding where somebody asked me to play WAP, and I told them no. And then they went to the bride, and then the bride came up and was like, hey, I just, it's okay if you play this, And I was like, all right, well, as long as you say it's okay. And then I played it just to make them happy. Because again, it's the bride's night, But I told the person no until she went and got the bride, and then I played it. But I didn't feel good about it. That's for damn sure. Steve, when people request country, you don't play any country, huh? I did a wedding, and the bride insisted I play Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry. There were kids everywhere, and it made me very uncomfortable. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that song, I kind of like that song. But yeah, I mean, it does have some bad language in it. Had a school group ask me to play 6-7 song, 5th graders. I didn't even know there was a 6-7 song. Oh, Lord help us. Yeah, that's why I don't do those kind of events. Let's go back to the chat screen. Let's get this off of here. So let's see. Yeah, man. So anyways, I thought that was kind of crazy, kind of a crazy situation. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be keeping that segment in. What do you guys think? Should I try to keep that segment on my channel and put it on YouTube, or should I just go ahead and delete that off of there? Because I'm kind of scared, to be honest. All right, turn my fan on. I'm getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Oh, wait. I don't want y'all to hear that. Let's see. Put this here. All right, y'all let me know if y'all hear that fan noise. I don't want that in the microphone. All right, let's go back over to this chat, and then we're going to bring our man DJ ROC in. DJ ROC, can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up? Does everything sound good? Perfect. Okay, good. All right, good. I'm hoping everything works good. Again, DJ ROC, I've been streaming. This is about my 10th show or so. I've only brought on about 5 or 6 guests, so if something does go wrong, we'll fix it and we'll get it right. But I always edit all this out for my actual YouTube video. So if you want to share the video later, it'll be much better looking and professional. But I'm still a dumb DJ just doing this. So I really appreciate you being on the show. And let's go through some of these comments. Again, guys, if you have any questions for DJ ROC, throw them in the comments, and we will ask him when we're chatting it up. DJ J Tech, my bad. Yes, the shuffle couple. That's right. Smiley, we had a quinceañera with the 4 gorillas on Saturday. Dude, you got to get some footage of that, man. I got to see these gorillas you're talking about, these gorilla costumes. That's freaking hilarious. So if y'all don't know what we're talking about, on Shay and Pretty Boy, La Rocas Entertainment, on their live stream, Smiley said that he does quinceañeras and he rents out gorilla suits. And apparently it's very popular, I guess, for quinceañeras. And I thought he was trolling. I thought he was bullshitting, but he was like, no, they really do like hire, we rent out gorilla suits. So that's kind of crazy, man. So we were joking around. We're like, well, damn, we got to buy some gorilla suits so we can rent them out. All right, everything's sounding good. How much money do you think they gave him to play that? Man, I don't know, Drizzy. Like, again, like, what would be your price? Like, how much would it take for you to, how much would it take for you to play something like that? Play that wedding march. The closest for me was someone coming up requesting Drake while the Kendrick beef was going on. Yeah, that would be a kind of a sticky situation too, man. Especially if you're in a room full of Kendrick lovers. I was asked to give the mic to a guy's daughter so she could rap Colt 45. Oh my God. Wow. That's insane. I was paid to play Fuck Donald Trump by Nipsey Hussle. I don't even like or agree with it because I support our president because of success and American success. in my honest opinion. That being said, $50 for a song. Yeah. I think $50 would put me over the edge, I guess, is as long as it's not like crazy. I would play Fuck Donald Trump for $50, even though I like Donald Trump, but still, I would still play it. Let's see. J-Tech, you can't get everything except white extra time 5003s. J-Tech, you're going to get them, my man. You're going to get them. Rather get fired for not playing a garbage song than get fired for playing a garbage song. Yeah, all right. I respect that. I'm assuming they offered him big money, 10 to 20K to play it. They probably did. I mean, you know how those guys roll out. You know, they like to be flashy and throw their money around. They were talking about their $50,000 watches, and they were talking about their, you know, private plane they flew in on and all that shit. So I guess, I mean, you know, if they offered that much, I mean, at least that DJ's got some money to fall back on, but he definitely ain't got a job anymore. All right, everybody's saying I should delete this segment. All right, so I'll probably do that. LOL, what? What does that mean? Not worth it. Yeah, delete it. All right, man. Cool. Let me give me a. All right, so it's about that time. We're going to bring in our special guest for tonight. Let me go back to my screen share. And we can go to his website here. So we got DJ ROC on the channel tonight. He owns Milestones and Memories, LLC. Looks like they do weddings primarily, but we will discuss that with him. And looks like they're killing it. Oh, yeah, I did go to their price page. I wanted to see. He does have his prices on the website, and I love his prices. His prices look really, really good. He's got around $2,000 for basic, $2,700 for the medium package, and $3,500 for the top of the line package. So we'll definitely be talking about that as well. That looks really good, man. I love that he's not bringing down our industry and doing events for $500. And his website looks super professional, super nice. So I don't know how long he's been in business, but we'll ask him about that as well. And yeah, man, he's got everything going on here that looks good. Go back to the home, and he's got his homepage where he's showing, looking dapper, and looks like he's got some DJs underneath him. So we'll talk to him about that as well if he's managing other DJs. And we've got the photo booths going, and we've got a bunch of reviews on here. I like the way you did these reviews as well, man. These reviews look nice. They look like cards, like business card, or not business card, like postcards or something like that. That's a really cool idea. I really like that. That looks super nice. And what looks cool about that too is it doesn't look fake. It doesn't look like AI generated. Like you can go on Google and make reviews. You can make reviews with AI now, that I'm like, man, so this looks really personal and looks really like real. It looks real. So that's why I've been doing like videos at the end of my events. I'll take a video with the couple as long as they approve it and say that I can post it and everything. I will take a video of them and post it on Instagram and stuff like that. I have got some blowback from that. People saying, I can't believe you would film people when they're drunk or whatever. But, like I said, as long as they approve it, I do it. So, all right, let's see if I can bring him in here. We got to copy this link. Let's do that. And then we do guest one, properties, paste the link, and hit OK.
Hey.
What up, what up, what up? Say something so we can see if we can hear you.
Yeah, of course, man. You guys all got audio over there?
There we go.
No, you got audio now.
There we go.
Can you hear me now? Hey, you're there now.
There he is. What's up, man? It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's super cool. I know we chatted online a little bit, and yeah,
I
tend to be a little bit more elusive online than maybe a lot of other guys. I'm not necessarily like crazy big and flashy or nothing, but no, to be perfectly honest, it's probably one of my biggest downfalls is being social media, remedial in that case. So, it's just one of those things where it's like I think here in the next year or two, I'm probably just going to hire a full on social media person to basically handle everything for me. you know, you meet a lot of them, especially out there now in the wedding industry, a lot of social media content creators being hired alongside of photographers and videographers. So there's a lot of them out there, and a lot of them are really hungry. So I mean, if you have it in the budget out there to grab yourself somebody like that, it's always so much nicer to not have to deal with other stuff and only have to really deal with like the business stuff or the DJing or whatever you want. It's just the idea of, you know, specialization, really, you know.
Yeah, man, for sure, no doubt, no doubt. So you're just focusing mainly on your website. You're not. Are you doing no social media at all, or Facebook, or what?
No, actually, I pitch very, very well in person.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people talk about bridal expos being kind of going the way of the dodo. But they're really not. I mean,
Yeah.
I book tons and tons of weddings. It really just has. I think it has more to do with a lot of the demographics that we have are shifting towards a more social media landscape. And I think that that becomes a folly of people as well. They aren't able to pitch to people as well as somebody who has had to pitch before the internet and, you know, Google ads and stuff. So, yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. So how many weddings or how many events do you just primarily do weddings, but how many are you doing per year?
So this year we're on track to do over 50 weddings this year.
Wow.
So,
almost every weekend.
And that's the crazy. Well, between me, my partner, and then we have a couple guys below us. They don't do weddings really yet. They come out and help out. Some of them will do some weddings on if we have some on like the lower end.
Yeah.
But I'd make sure to always tell the brides, you know, these guys are guys that are learning the wedding industry. They came from the club, so you know you got to break them bad habits. You know, you got to get them all, you know, nice and professional. I mean, the wedding thing is so cool because the one thing about being a DJ that's different from all other wedding vendors, maybe the bartender, is that it's literally like the mullet of events, right? It's just all business up front and then it's all party in the back, right? And so the fact of the matter is that like most of these like photographers and videographers, they got to deal with all the pressure leading up to the wedding, like we all have to do and everything. And then right whenever the party kicks off, they like work for a half hour and then they bounce. And then they have to go back and forth with the bride and groom about making their day look pretty and all. The cool thing about this is like we perform and I bounce, you know, all I got to do is just make sure I don't botch it live. You know what I mean? Because there ain't no Photoshop for a live performance. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but what's cool is like, you get to go in and you get to go through like the whole stressful part, like everybody else does, but then you get to stay and hang out and make like the event, not just like the crazy stressful, like organized section, but you get to make it like the cool fucking party, you know what I mean? And you get to have a good time with them and they leave. Oh, I mean, if you nail it, they leave totally stoked with you. But almost every other wedding vendor has to like try to, you know, or at least in our space, like videographers, photographers, you know, they had to deal with all that stuff afterwards, which is always just a big pain. I'm always so happy once the night's done and I'm just like in the bag, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So how many guys you got working with you? You say you got one other main guy that does events with you and then a couple helpers?
Yeah, so I picked up so I moved out here to the Northeast probably 3 or 4 years ago. I spent most of my last 13 years in Idaho and around the Pacific Northwest, and I grew up in Alaska. So I actually
Alaska, badass.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I didn't do weddings and DJ in Alaska. Actually, what happened was I was actually a touring musician all through the Pacific Northwest, had kids, came back and decided I was going to start working in the concert industry as a promoter. And so I did that for about 10 years, spent the last 3 years of that working on music festivals as a talent buyer and a consultant. And then it was during that time that I started DJing weddings. You got all the gear and everything. People started asking you to do stuff like that. Yeah. And then as it just slowly progressed, it was like, hey, I don't have to deal with musicians, because dealing with musicians is like trying to herd cats. You know, it's just trash. And so it's like, I don't got to deal with prima donnas. I don't got to deal with, you know, and it's not going to be a gamble. Like whenever you're doing a concert, like, you know, you pay everything. And then at the very end, if there's anything left, it's what you got. You know, and it's so some days it was like, hell yeah, you know, and some days it was like, well, so much for the hell yeah, you know. So,
I got a couple free beers. Yeah.
Pretty much. So it's really one of those things. And then when I moved over here, I did it quite a bit out in Idaho, but it was whenever I moved out here and I saw how many weddings were in such a small area.
Yeah.
So being from bigger states, and I drove semi truck for a long time while I was doing concerts. That was the two things I did.
Okay.
And so driving all the time, I have no problem. We used to drive 5 hours to go fishing in the morning in Alaska. You know what I mean? So it was like,
Yeah.
it's no thing to drive all the way around out here in New England. So and that's some of the stuff that, like, the personal stuff with me that doesn't bother me, that I incorporate into like my package. Like I heard you talking about like the flat rate pricing and stuff. And that's one of the big things with pitches that I lead with. And it's one of the things that separates me, like I tell people, not just from wedding DJs as a whole, or not from wedding DJs, but from the entire wedding industry as a whole. And the whole fact of the matter is what happens with DJing is you're usually the last person picked for the wedding vendors. And so when you get there and you try to do all the same salesy tactics that everybody else does, the bride's eyes, they just glaze over. They don't want to be sold to any longer. You know, they've already been the venue's like, oh, you don't want green napkins, you want white napkins. That's $200. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's stupid stuff. So instead, we just cut all that garbage out in the get-go. And I mean, just like it says, it probably says it on the website. I'm sure it does somewhere, but it's like, you know, I don't have any travel fees for all of New England.
Nice.
So as long as you book the package and you're in New England, we will come.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is if I have to drive 4 hours, right? So say it's a 4 hours away and it's $2,000. Okay. Well, I don't really consider DJing to be work. I'm just going out and hanging out and partying with these people.
Yeah.
So I look at it like, I'm like, all right, dude, would I drive down 4 hours to pick up $2,000 and party with somebody?
Yeah. Yeah, I like your mindset, man. Yeah.
The answer is yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'll be down there. Hell yeah. Just make sure it's in cash, you know?
Yeah.
But then also the other way I look at it too is, you know, if I get paid $2,000 for the entire day, if I work sun up to sundown and make $2,000, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah.
So I don't really care about time limits. So there's no time limits for the entire day to go out there and work and stuff. And then also the other thing that really, like, it was crazy. So like, I used to charge $200 for ceremony sound, right?
Yeah.
And couples like, I don't know if we really need it. Then they start trying to do the math. Is it worth it? Can we make the sound work here or there?
Yeah.
And then sometimes they wouldn't buy it, and then they'd want to try to throw it on at the last second. And it just, look, it's literally a battery powered speaker and a couple wireless microphones and a fucking tripod, dude.
Yeah.
So instead, I just upped all my prices $200.
There you go.
Included it.
Yeah, there
And
you go.
know what? And you know what? Instead of them hemming and hawing about the whole thing, they were just like, "Oh, that's so awesome! Why doesn't everybody do this?"
Yeah, so then you're providing them with something like that they might need or not, you know, and they don't feel like they're paying extra for it, you know?
They're not being nickel and dimed.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the thing. They don't want to be nickel and dimed. And the thing about it is, once I go through that, then that's a quick spiel when I tell it to them. I go, all right, some of the things that separate me, not from other DJs, but all wedding vendors as a whole, is we have no time limits for the entire day. We charge no travel fees for all of New England. And we have wireless ceremony sound and some lighting included in every single one of our packages. Boom. It was less than like 20 seconds. They're already like, wow, this is dope. And then all you got to do is now we just move into talking about what's going to make your wedding super awesome.
Oh,
so if you're out there,
yeah,
man, and you want to mimic this type of a setup, it's super easy. All you got to do is just figure out what your baseline package is, what you want it to be.
Yeah.
How far would you travel in that range to work all day and drive home?
Yeah.
So that range could be different for everybody. It could only be 2 hours, right? Whatever it is. But do that. And instead of relegate it to a specific area, because when I told people, it's I include 2.5 hours of travel time in my packages. Then people are trying to do math and they're trying to think about it. And if I tell them, hey, I'll go anywhere in New England, they already know where that's at because it's our regional area.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll go anywhere in New England. Boom. It's all, there's no talking or calculate or where you at. There's no further conversation. They already know what they got.
Interesting, man. I like your approach. Yeah. It's definitely different than I think damn near everyone that's down here does it. But I like that. That's something for me to think about for sure.
People remember you too, man.
Yeah. Cause you're different. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh,
They remember you 100%. So yeah, I got one guy, getting back to the question. I got one guy who I work with, who works with me, and he was kind of like a small party kind of DJ. And I mean, literally in 6 months with the training that I did, dude, he's already out there doing weddings for right under $2,000.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, here's the thing. It's not just me, it's him, man. He wanted it. You know, he came in here, he went out to all the weddings, and that's the other thing. I pay these guys, man. When they come out with me, even day one, man, you come out with me. Usually what I tell them is I go, hey, you know, I'll pay you this flat rate fee. But the way you're really going to show me that you're serious is that we're going to go ahead and take that money that you make and we're going to reinvest it into your equipment, because I want you going out with the same caliber of equipment that I have whenever I go out.
Yeah.
So if you're really serious, instead of taking that $200 to, you know, I don't know, go party with or whatever, throw it into some gear. That just shows me that you're even more serious. And if it's something that you need, that's a couple gigs, I'll just do the couple gigs with me. I'll order it, have it sent right to your house. Boom. He's gotten basically everything he needs for weddings just from coming out with me, man.
Nice. Yeah, that's a cool way to do it too.
So, well, here's the thing, man. Nobody wants to train their competition. And the way you don't train your competition is not being shitty to the people that you're trying to bring on your team.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build a team, and I want these people to know that they're part of something bigger than that. You know, my buddy, he was at an expo. He booked a $3,500 wedding. But they didn't want him. They wanted me. And I get the reason why, I get the logic behind it. And like I told him, I was like, dude, don't beat yourself up, man. You sold a wedding, right? As you get better at pitching and as you get better at talking, that gap between where you're at and I'm at will start to slowly close, and boom, then you'll be selling it and the one that they want to do it. But right now you've just sold it, man. You know what I mean? That's super dope, super cool, man. You know, not everybody 6 months into their wedding career is selling $3,500 packages.
Yeah, for real.
You know
Most people aren't doing that after 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, dude, it's super cool, dude, man. Like, just take your wins, don't sweat the licks, and just do whatever you can to try to make it better on the back end, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So you mentioned gear in there a couple of times. If you don't know, I'm a huge gearhead. My entire YouTube channel is just based around reviewing DJ gear and stuff, because that's what I love. I mean, I love the other aspects as well. And so I was going to ask you, like, which category do you fit in? I find that most DJs fit into like 3 categories. It's either the turntablist who's, you know, scratching and doing all the crazy stuff on the decks, and they're the crazy, you know, song guy or whatever, or there's the entertainer, which is like the mic guy who's always on the mic entertaining the crowd. He's in the crowd dancing and all that shit. Or there's like a businessman, you know, and the third is the businessman who's always organizing everybody and, you know, kind of by the book and does everything pretty strategic. And I would say I fall into the kind of the entertainer guy. I'm real good on the mic, and I don't dance with the crowd or anything like that, but I do like I like to be
charge extra.
Yeah, I do like to be entertaining on the microphone, and my mixing skills are decent, but I don't scratch or anything at weddings and anything like that. So what category do you think you'd fall into?
I'm definitely not a trickster, that's for sure. Even when I play guitar, man, I'm a very much less is more kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of people, especially at weddings, unless they're hiring you for a specific reason, like, you know, like you are like Nick Spinelli or something, like, and they saw you doing specific things, like, that's what I want. I don't care what it costs. I'm going to buy that. Right.
Right.
Most weddings though, man, the plain and simple thing is, you know, it's just the old acronym KISS, man. Keep it simple, stupid. 110%, man. Just fucking go out there and make sure your song selection is on point.
Yep.
Period. That is the biggest thing. You could be mild to mediocre at mixing.
Yep.
As look at it like this. If you botch some mixes at a wedding, not all of them, but if you botch some mixes at a wedding, but all the songs are fire, people are going to have a much better time than if you mix like gold and all your songs are garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really a matter of seeing where those skills should really line up, and where, you know, you can, you know, kind of sacrifice some stuff, or just be good at everything, you know.
Yeah,
you can be good at, you know, just go out there and be good at everything, you know. But I'm probably more or less I guess would be probably the businessman. I am reserved, so it's a key thing, man. It's reserved, but when you're on the mic, you have to be the showman. But you don't want to be over the top. You know, nobody wants, let's get ready to rumble.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when you're doing what I teach the guys that I work with, I go, when you're doing your DJ voice, so I have a voice myself, and all I do is I just raise it like a bar or two of what a caricature of that would be. So if I was going to make an announcement, I'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, please welcome Danny and Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, it's just a little bit, man. It
Right.
doesn't need to be crazy, but it just needs to be enough. And it needs to be all with your diaphragm.
Yeah.
Because then you can just talk and it's not like you're not shouting, you're not yelling, you're not over the top. But the key thing for emceeing, which is probably the biggest thing that separates a lot of like your budget level DJs and the people that are seen as more premium in that regard, and that's really your MC skills.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is that, you know, people don't want you up there to be long-winded. They just want you to get up there and direct the night.
Yeah.
And the key thing with this is that you are, nobody's like, I'm going to that wedding because Rocky's DJing. You know what I mean? Nobody's there for me.
Yeah.
But I have to be the one that runs the whole room. They have to listen to me. I'm running this thing, but I'm not the center of attention.
Exactly.
And so it's a very fine line that you have to find with your ability to be able to run the room and not steal the thunder. I got it in a lot of my reviews and stuff where people talk about Rocky didn't steal the night away from us, you know, and that's the key thing, man. Nobody wants you to come in there and steal the show. Go in there, make some announcements, play a little bit of music, talk when you have to, and other than that, hang out and have fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So exactly. Yeah, that's how I rock it too, pretty much. I mean, I want them to remember me a little bit just because I told my wife, I was like, man, we got married 17 years ago and I do not remember the DJ at all. Like, I don't remember the DJ. I don't remember anything he played. I remember having fun. I mean, I had a good wedding, you know, and of course, I mean, it's your wedding. You're going to have a good time, you know. But I don't remember anything about it, and we didn't hire a videographer. We have a photographer. We had a photographer, so we have pictures of all of us, but there's nothing of the DJ. And now that I am one, I'm like, man, I want to know like who that was and like what he, you know. But anyways,
well, what I would tell you is that if you walked away and still to this day, what you said, 17 years later, almost 2 decades later, man, and all you remember is that you had fun, he did his job, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know,
yeah,
they might remember your name, they might not, but and that's what I tell the guys when we're pitching at like wedding expos. Like, we can go over everything, but the thing you want them to do is you want them to leave having fun. You want them to be happy when they leave. And I always tell them, I usually do like a day of special or something like that, and I would tell them like, hey, if you walk away from this booth and you guys whisper over to one another, you're like, hey man, that's the guy we got to have, you know. Yeah, and boom, you know, now all of a sudden you're in this realm, you know, talking about planning now, and it's an easy segue like that. But actually, I'll tell you, I think it was a DJ Bar. I think it was him. He had a you might know, man, but I think it was he had a video like where he brought in a claw machine and they redid the whole thing into Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I took that idea, dude, and it fucking kills, man. I bought a little Vivor, like $500 claw machine.
Yeah.
And I take, and I go to like TJ Maxx and Burlington Coat Factory. I bring my wife and we go through like all the Morphe makeup and all the like stuff that a claw machine can grab.
Yeah.
And then boom, dude, we just buy it all. You're talking about like $3 fucking for like a $15, $17 lipstick and stuff like that. And I take and I fill up my my little Vivor claw machine that I bring out with me to all my wedding expos. And then in order for the brides to get a coin to use in the machine, they got to listen to my spiel and fill out my form. And then boom. And then they can play my claw machine. And then you can do a lot of jokes with it. You know, a lot of times I give the coin to the dude. I'm like, hey man, you got to win something, man. The wedding depends on it. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, but you're just out there having fun, man, and just chatting with people, man. It's all that it is. And you just want to find the things, once again, that are just going to be memorable.
Yeah.
But not everybody can do that same thing with the claw machine, because whatever you're doing, it has to just fit you. You know what I mean? But don't get yourself a wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Spin the wheel.
Don't do a wheel.
Yeah.
Please just draw out of a damn hat if that's the case, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kelly, write that down. That's a great idea. I need to go back and I remember seeing that video a long time ago, but yeah, I don't
Yeah, I'm not buying Louis Vuitton, man.
Yeah,
I don't. You know what hey, on the list of things that ain't happening, that's on there. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, he's a little wild, yeah, for sure, but he's balling out there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And once again, I mean, up here, I mean, the market is great. I mean, Idaho, the market is real low just because the weddings are different out there than they are in New England. I mean, people travel. I can't tell you how many weddings I've done for people who flew to New England to have their wedding here. You know what I mean? So it's pretty crazy that New England is a destination spot. You know what I mean? Because usually you're thinking like something crazy like Aruba or something like that would be a destination spot. But anyways, no, it's super cool. I mean, I know like the national average for like DJs fluctuates like 800 or 750 to like 1500 or somewhere in that ballpark for your average one. But I think probably it's closer to probably about 1700 for a DJ out here. I generally tell brides, I go, look, because a lot of times you find like these budget brides. I tell them, I go, look, if you're looking for a DJ under $1,000, that's fine. I realize that money is finite and you got to work with what you got.
Yeah.
But just realize that if that's the budget that you're looking for, if you value the music, if you value that, realize that under $1,000 is a roll of the dice. There's good guys out there that don't know that they're worth more yet. And eventually they will be worth more when they raise their prices. And sometimes you can find them. Generally what I would do is if you're looking for somebody, I usually try to tell people, if you're looking for somebody who's like under $1,000, try to look for somebody who maybe hasn't been around for a super long time.
Yeah.
Because if they're around for a super long time and under $1,000, it might be a big red flag on them not being able to raise their, like they can't get above that, because people might not leave a review if you're a garbage DJ for $500, but they might leave a review if it was $1,000.
Damn, I'm gonna have to go back and write all this shit down you've been saying, because that is such a great that is a great thing to tell couples. Like, look, if this guy's charging below $1,000 and he says he's got 15 years experience, huge red flag. Red flag. Yeah. I never even thought to say that. Yeah, that's great.
Well, and up here in New England, and I'm still getting into the circuit. I hit the scene pretty hard up here because I already knew how to do weddings. I already know how to do events. You know what I mean? So I mean, I was like kind of like a flash in the pan out here, because I've been doing this out here now for about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And so my second full year we're coming into with or coming out of it, I've got like somewhere in the ballpark of 50, 40, something like that on the books for this year. And I got a wedding expo this weekend too. I got a bunch of expos. I do tons of them.
Yeah. All the open houses and expos are happening like right now in the next like 3 to 4 weeks here in Houston.
I hit those because I sell really well face to face. And you know what? If you are great at like Google AdSense and stuff, roll with it, man. Do the things where you know that you can turn money. Like don't try to chase the next shiniest thing. Find the thing that you're good at and just dig in, because that's going to be where your conversion rate shoots through the roof astronomically. Doesn't matter if you're mailing, sending out mailers to people. I don't know why the hell you do that, but if you did, you know what I mean, and it worked, then fucking roll with it, man. I mean, that's the thing. So, but there's like the crazy thing though is there's like a little like middle class of DJ too. So like you can kind of see it. You either have brides like looking for like that premium, which I kind of see premium being below like a luxury brand DJ, but you got people like that are looking in like that premium area, and people looking like in like the budget section. So like that middle class of DJ is the one that's really squeezed. And I think they have probably the hardest time because they're not really the premium side. They're not really the budget side. And so trying to market in that space can feel very awkward, because because you can't market as being affordable.
Right.
You can't market as being, like top shelf. So how do you market middle shelf, you know? And I think that's where a lot of guys, they get a little confused, and maybe even some people even drop their prices back down,
like, do you want to have a wedding that's mediocre? Well, come my way.
Yeah, it's very mid here. You know?
That's hilarious.
But really, in actuality, man, the whole key with doing this, I mean, and the real way that you can bring value to a bride is by figuring out the best way, once again, the most authentic way to convey to the bride that you're there to reduce stress, you're there to run the room, and you're not there just hitting play and playing tracks. There's more to it than that, and the whole idea is to help give you as the bride a seamless day. You've been planning this for potentially years. Now it's your day to sit back and relax, and you want to make sure that the day is covered and handled by somebody who's a professional in this realm. So, because at least if they're a professional and then they botch it, then you can get mad at them, actually, but if you hire somebody who's less than, $1,000 and they botch the whole thing, I hate to say it, but it's, falls on you. I'm sorry, dude. Hey, a duck's a duck. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but it is what it is. Now, I don't usually put that in my pitch. You know what I mean?
DJ.
Blaming the bride's not the thing I usually do, you know.
Yeah, DJ Pretty Boy says this is the first guy to get James to stay quiet, laughing my ass off.
Yeah. I'm a talker. Hey, it's crazy. I'm the quietest one in my family. You know, when we all get together, I chill. I'm just like, hey. But I'm the baby. If I speak up too loud, man, they're all razz me. I got to keep my cool. You know,
this is great, man.
This exterior, you know what I mean? Whenever they're around. So
the reason why they're making that joke is because a lot of my other live streams, I've said by the end, I'm like, damn, I'm losing my voice, you know, because I've been the one carrying the interview, you know, and like you're rolling with it, so I appreciate it, man.
I had a podcast for about 2 years called the Noisemaker Podcast, where I took independent, underground, unsigned bands and I gave them an interview style platform to showcase their music. Yeah,
okay.
Dude, it was cool, man. Yeah, I wound up cashing out like shortly behind like 80 episodes, so it was quite a bit, man. Not anything like, you know, no thousandth show or nothing, but yeah, it was fun, man. It was cool. I got a lot of bands, and I actually also did it in as a segue for a lot of these bands that were touring and coming through. I was able to book them and stuff because I found a real sweet spot out in my market where I could take this is a little off DJ stuff, but mate, hey, there might be something in here. But the fact that so I took these bands, right? These bands that were like $100, $500 bands that nobody knew, they're touring in a bus or something like that. And I bring them on and I give them all of the like headlining, like, you know, all the headlining status and stuff. But then when the show came, I would sandwich them between two local bands. So the people would show up for the first local band, they'll stay through the other band to see that local band. Yeah. And then what I tell them is I go, you're not opening, you're playing second. So now everybody's going to stay, they're going to watch you. Now what you could do is you can wrap up your set, get off the stage, and hopefully go sell some merch.
Yeah, go sell some CDs and say, yeah, exactly.
Bingo. Because if you're loading on at the last second, or at the very last slot, nobody's hanging out because nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows who you are. Yeah.
There was a lot of bands that were so damn good, and I was so pissed because the room left. And so anyways, once again, I guess like if you're going to, you know, relate that to DJ or business at all, you know, you got to see the things that other people are doing that are like, man, this is dumb. Why are we doing this? And then try to figure out a way to do it different that makes it better. And also, once again, you know, all these guys that are touring, since they're touring, they want to be on the headline slot. So how do you also convince them that it's better to play in the middle?
Yeah.
So it's better because then everybody stays too.
Yeah.
And then also if I can build up one of these local bands, if they come through a second or third time, maybe people really like them and we start bringing them out and I begin to make a little bit more profit off my shows.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, that's cool, man. You're always thinking outside the box. So, like I said, I'm a gear guy. So what's your favorite type of gear to use when you're DJing? What's your favorite brands? What's your favorite? Are you a turntable guy? Are you a controller guy? What kind of speakers do you like? Give it all to me. Give it.
Sure. I'm not a big gear snob. I never was when I play guitar and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Not that you are a gear snob, but I am. It's one of these things where he's like, hey, guilty as charged. Here we are. No, for real though. It's one of these things where it's like, you know, I like to find the gear. I don't have to buy the name brand. Okay. I got to find the gear that's going to be in the right budget. That's also going to perform the way that I want it to perform. Cause nobody, unless it's another so I use this in music a lot. I go, you know, cause I used a lot of amp models and stuff like that because I don't want to try to throw my back out packing a big old, you know, valve tube amp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I used to tell people, I go, you know, the only people that really notice a difference out in the audience are other musicians.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know what? I'm not here to play for other musicians. So I'm not there to play for other DJs. And you know, the slight differences that maybe an audiophile would be super impressed by, drunk people at a wedding at 10 o'clock at night don't give a shit.
That's true.
I run with a pair of Evolve 50s.
Okay, yeah, I love the Evolve 50s. Yeah.
And then if I need to do a bigger room or something like that, or if I'm doing like a live band and a wedding and stuff like that, I bring my I can't even remember. That's how bad I am with them. I think I got like the cheaper like ZLX tops and then like the EKX subs. You know what I mean?
So you're an EV guy. Yeah.
I love EV, man. I've always loved EV. RFCs are cool. The cool thing about the RFCs, I believe they're the ones that have the three-way the three-way speakers, which is super nice. I was really hoping with the Evolve 90s and the Evolve 70s that they were going to come up and do the three-way.
Me too.
And they
really shit the bed on them. In my opinion, they really shit the bed on those speakers. I mean, to be honest.
Well, it's the same thing that like Apple does with their phones and their products. It's like
Yeah.
Apple people come out and they're like, "Oh, look at this new feature we got," and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I've been able to do that for like 6 years, man."
Yeah.
Like they like it's like they're mining diamonds. You know what I mean? They're like holding back all of all of the good stuff, and then they're gonna go out there and be like, "Look what we just launched," and it's like, "Yeah, dude, that's all old news," you know. And so once again, when you're coming out with something like that, you've got it, and you want to position it as being like a premier product, then you got to have those premier features, man. You got to have the stuff that we want. And I would have probably been more about them if they would have had the 3-ways in them. But then I heard they had a lot of issues, a lot of software issues and stuff like that, some updates or something like that had to be done. So, but
Yeah.
that's the thing. Whenever you have new gear that comes out, there's always bugs in it.
Yeah, for sure.
Is what it is. That's one reason why I don't run out and grab the newest, shiniest thing, man. I let everybody else drop, what was it? I think it was like almost $8,000 for like a pair or something like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's what I mean. Like for that price, I'm like, all it is a bigger Evolve 50. And like, you would think they would have added something. I was hoping for some type of wireless like technology, like the new Pioneer speakers have a wireless box. You can connect to your controller, and the new what else, like the ska wireless. Like there's a lot of different technologies you could integrate into the speaker and make it wireless, because I'm tired of getting to a venue and they put me in the corner and the dance floor is way over here. And so I put my speakers by the dance floor, and then I got to run a 50-foot XLR cable all the way across. It's like, make them wireless, man. So me and my mentor, Danny, we invested in ska wireless systems, and we run ska from our DJ booth, and it's wireless, and it's perfect. There's a tiny bit of latency, but it's not enough that you can notice. It's like 19 milliseconds or something.
Yeah.
And it's incredible, man. It saves you time on the setup and everything else. And I was hoping they would integrate that into the speakers, especially for $3,500 a piece. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, and like I said, the Evolve 50s, I loved them. The first 4 years of my DJ career, I used Evolve 50s for everything. I mean, every event, school dances, I didn't give a fuck. Like, that's all I had. So I was like, I'm bringing the Evolve 50s to everything. Backyard parties, school dances, weddings, whatever. And then I started doing events that had like a lot more people. So I traded them actually for a pair of the EV 15-inch tops and 18-inch subwoofers. And then from there, I just got into the gear thing, and I started buying everything. I go on Facebook Marketplace and buy stuff all the time.
Yeah, but I was really about that whenever I was when I was doing concerts and stuff. I had like 3-4 different like full size PA systems with whole rack mounting systems and stuff like that. And then once again, it just came to this point. It's like, what the hell am I doing? Like it was probably like some point in time where I went out and I saw somebody just set up like a battery powered system, or not a battery powered, but a powered system, and I was like, oh. I was like, I'm fucking stupid. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, that dude knows what he's doing. Like, that was way easy. So but LDs are always nice. I like LDs a lot. I don't own a pair of them, but I've played with them before. They're super dope.
Yep.
I've been on a couple QSC systems, and QSC is always nice, but I really like QSC, like the mix, like the touch mix and stuff like that. That's a great mixer for and it's a great mixer for DJing. It's a great mixer for like live bands and stuff. QSC definitely has a really good mixer, digital mixer. So but to be perfectly frank, man, I bought a while ago, a long time ago actually, a DDJ FLX4. Okay.
Yeah.
And I originally bought it because I was like, I really don't want to have to, I want to be able to get something and be able to mix a little bit better than what I was doing. And so, of course, with the smart effects and all that, because before I was actually I was doing it all on my computer.
Yeah.
So I was actually crossfade. I do it. If you don't know any better, you can get really good at something. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Yeah.
but then when you get a little piece of gear, you're like, oh, this is why was I doing it like that?
Right.
But I've had it forever. And I do sometimes I flip on like smart fader and stuff, and I'll start just using that. Usually, like if I'm starting to get in a situation where like shit's getting kind of hectic and crazy, and I got a lot of different things going on, I'll flip it over, switch it over. That way, all I got to do is just throw in the next track in, throw on a loop, and then I can talk to these people or do whatever I need and blend. And then whenever I'm back there in the saddle, I can turn the smart fader off and do my stuff. And I utilize it for a lot of that kind of stuff. And it's kind of like Also sometimes like if I have like a cheaper paying gig, like if I go out and do like a birthday party for like $600 or something like that, like most of the time I'm not doing crazy full on mixing. You know what I mean? Usually it's just kind of chill, relax.
Yeah, if
and
it's
then
background
everybody
music,
comes up-
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Something like that. So that allows me to not have to, I kind of scale the work. Like once I get out of like weddings and I'm doing something else, I kind of scale down the work that I would do. And that's the way that I make it affordable for people. Like usually if people have me come out and do something for like $300, like a community party or something like that, that's basically like, I'm going to be out there. There's a preset playlist. I'll make announcements, but essentially for $300, you're renting the equipment, paying for somebody to run it, and then I'm going to go down there and network the whole time. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's
no doubt about that.
yeah, I mean, that's what you pay for. And you
Right.
know what? No, and once again, why kids and their families are eating hot dogs and shit. They don't care if you like, nobody cares, dude. Like, dial it down, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like read once again, read the
Read
room.
the
man.
room. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not that guy right now, So
Yeah, no, I get it, man. So what software are you using? I'm using Serato currently, but everybody keeps telling me you got to try Virtual DJ. You got to try DJ Pro. You got to try because like they have so many features that Serato doesn't have, and yada yada yada. And I've tried them a couple of times, but it's just like once you get used to something, that I just started on Serato, so that's what I know. Like you said, that's what I know, and so I have it every time I go and try one of those. I'm like, where's this or where's that? And I get mad and I'm like, fuck, I just go back to Serato.
100%. That's the way it was when I was mixing, whenever I was recording bands and stuff like that. I use all Personas gear. I use Studio One to record bands and everything. And that's kind of the way it was. I mean, obviously Pro Tools in that world is like the professional grade, but I mean, in the end, they all do the same things. They all have almost the same features. This one has one that the rest don't, and this one has one that these ones don't.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So find the one that has the special little feature you like and buy that one then. Other than that, I mean, just grab one and learn how to use it.
Yeah.
Once again, it doesn't necessarily matter what you buy. It just matters on if you know how to use it or not.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
really the key. You could be proficient in 3 or 4 different softwares. Good for you. No matter where you go, you can do whatever, that kind of thing. Cool beans. But really, in actuality, just pick what you want and roll with it.
Yeah.
And get good at it.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. I use Record Box. But
Okay.
I'm still rocking on Record Box 6 because that Record Box 7 is awful hot garbage, man. I am not about it. Like they have some really cool features in there I love, but like the whole menu on the bottom where they have playlists, and it's just so muckied up with a bunch of extra crap you don't need. And it's just like, dude, what are you guys doing?
I've never even tried Record Box, so I don't even know. I've tried basically everyone but that because of all the gear that I bought. I bought a Newmark Mixstream Pro Go, and it was Engine DJ. I fucking hated that one, dude. I was like, oh
it
my
doesn't
God.
sound fun.
Dude, I hated it. And then,
if somebody was like, we're going to give you free Engine DJ software, I'd be like, you can keep free software. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to hard pass.
Yeah, man, it's terrible. But I don't like that one. I tried Virtual DJ. I like it. I used it during COVID because I was streaming and I was playing music videos off a projector behind me. And for that situation, like Virtual DJ is awesome. I mean, you can load stuff in there and it's so easy. It's whatever, it does it for you and stuff like that. And
and that's one of the big things. I mean, the technology that we have and the technology that you can buy into and grab, I mean, that's going to be the stuff that really changes your workflow, and finding those kind of cool toys that kind of make the workflow a little smoother. And that's really the biggest thing. And that's kind of like the whole move with the flow. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that you're moving forward, because the fact of the matter is that if you try not to move forward and you try to stay stuck, then everything's still going to move forward. And you're going to be the dude with road cases on a fucking folding out table with a fucking tablecloth on it, going out there thinking he's, DJ top pro. And it's like, hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody flies in their lane. But I mean, look, if you're wanting to do the wedding space, I mean, this is something where your image matters, the way you present your cable management matters. High school birthday party doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
$100,000 wedding, hide your fucking cables, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things. And like I said, I'm not trying to shit on nobody because we all are,
Yeah,
are in
exactly.
different places, but man, like, you gotta get up there and get some leveling up going on. So, but yeah, no, I don't do a whole lot of scratching or nothing. In fact, I actually was talking to somebody the other day and I was like, what's kind of cool. So like, I had from a long time ago, and I still use them sometimes. Sometimes I'll just do it, but yeah, I kind of go back and forth on a crutch and not having one. But I had set up like my pads to just do like backspins and stuff and stop and everything, so I don't have to do. I could just click and go. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, that's not real DJing. It's not real this, yada yada, whoop de whoop.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that look, I'm trying to create shortcuts and stuff, and what actually winds up happening is that backspin. There'll be a point in time where backspin that nobody knows what the hell it is. Kind of like your save icon is a floppy A. Don't know Gen Z know what the hell a fucking floppy A is. They just know it's the save icon.
Yeah.
So it's almost like paying homage to that the basic roots. And I don't think that like the backspin, even though it might go away from like the actual turntables to just something like a pad. I don't know if it will, but let's just say in a hypothetical it does.
Mhm.
The cool thing that I'm seeing with a lot of this kind of stuff is you're seeing that stuff stay, and it's like almost an homage, like a hearkening back to where the roots of everything that we're doing, even though we're working in a digital world right now, And so it's really one of those things. And, you get a lot of those, the vinyl guys that are like, they got the DVS, and it's like, that's not real vinyl, buddy. It's not real vinyl, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, there's somebody more pure than thou, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're not carting all them cartons of records everywhere. You're using your laptop too. Yeah.
Oh, and crates. I mean, that's another thing. Like crates is a term that we use that harkens back to, the vinyl days. And I mean, I think that instead of like, trying to force or trying to pressure everybody to stay kind of like in, the past, let people move forward and let them pay homage to the things that birth the stuff that they can do,
Yeah.
But and kind of like what I said earlier, differentiation is going to be, the key to a successful system. And like I said before, my advantages aren't just, hidden in music or nothing. It's not like I got like, like the brown noise of DJ or something like that, where like I have the magical song that makes everybody dance or something like that. It's all your processes in, planning and your prep work. And kind of like what I was talking about before, as far as it goes with me, it's MC restraint, man. Less is more. Like when I get up and I do like my intro and stuff, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, to the wedding of so-and-so, so-and-so. Like I probably got about 6 sentences I say.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. It's just, I know you said put the kids away, it's like sex, man, in, out, done. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got no time to play around. It's we are going to do this. We're going to do it right. We're going to get the hell out. You know what I mean? So.
Stevie Ray in those comments said, I use Engine Virtual DJ Pro Chord Box. I love switching every 2 months or so. That's fun. Instead of being great at one, be good at all of them. So why not?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, and I think you mentioned DJ Studio. I mean, which is one of those. I believe that's the one that has all the AI tools in it, and you're seeing AI come around more. And I'm a huge proponent of AI. I always tell people in the recording world, music world, and DJing, it's the same thing, man. Like Joe Rogan has a joke about marijuana being a tool, and he compares it to a hammer, and he says, you can use a hammer to build a house, or you can hit yourself in the dick with it, but it's still a hammer. and but he's talking about marijuana. Marijuana is just a tool. And the way I see it is that's the same thing with AI, man. You can use if you're using AI to just basically print something out and you copy it one time and you copy and paste it, like that's not how you use this, And so really in actuality, you want to try to use AI as a tool to kind of lighten some of your load, take, some of the load off of you. But it really is in the long run, I think it's going to raise the baseline. So, if anyone can do it at this baseline using AI, then that's going to have to make everybody in here a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's going to push us to actually go a little bit further down the line. But I mean, most of us are using stuff like stems or using some like pre-mix stuff from like AI Studio or from DJ Studio. And, I'm not necessarily so above that. Once again, if it's like a $300 gig or something like that, I might use DJ Studio to pre-mix all the songs like it was mixed by a DJ. I could probably go through and do all of that, Some of the stuff they do on that DJ studio, I don't know if I could do, but what I'm getting at though is like, if they pay $300, I can still bring a nice mix. I didn't have to go through and mix 4 hours worth of music. And, but I'm not using that same strategy at, a $4,000 wedding.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can use this, but most guys don't want to go out and play for $300 because they're thinking about the amount of work they have to do. So if I can change those gigs into being something where it's almost essentially hands off for me, now, like I said, I can go out and market, I can go out and talk, I can do tons of other things at the event because they're not going to be able to rent my gear for $300 anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah. I don't have any qualms against that. Like for cocktail hour and stuff like that, a lot of times brides will give me a list of what they want at cocktail hour, and I'm like, well, I'll just do this in DJ Studio, pre-mix it, because what is the difference between me playing that and then me standing there actually mixing it all myself? Like you said, that's when I can dip out. I can get something to eat real fast so that I don't have to do it during the reception. I can talk to the other vendors. I can, make sure the coordinators got everything lined up, ready to go. It's like you can do all that. And you're still playing the music they want to hear, and it's like, I don't see any problem with that.
And I use dinner time to allow the guys that I train to mix at that time.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great idea too.
I tell them, I go, it's great because no one's listening to you really.
Yeah.
And all
the
you gotta
music's
do is just
low.
make it,
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make it just nice and clean and smooth. That's it, man.
Yeah.
And just work with this. You might get somebody who's had a few drinks come out to the dance floor, but in all actuality, I mean, not everybody's listening to you. So it's a great time to mix. And if you make a mistake or something like that, it ain't that big a deal. And you kind of let them play around. And more or less, the biggest thing with that type of setting is they're just going to simply get more comfortable on the controller or on the table or whatnot with the mixing music in that setting. And if you've never mixed music at a wedding, it can be very overstimulating. You know what I mean? It could be like a complete overload. And just kind of like whenever people in the wedding industry, they get very jaded and they kind of like push through brides, or kind of like they get real kind of frustrated with the whole thing. And you got to remember, man, most of these people, this is the first time they're ever doing this. They don't, just because we have been in it for years or decades, like, you got to remember, this is day one for them. They don't know a lot of this stuff. And it's essentially your job to come in and kind of, hold their hand through this. Even people getting married for the second or third time still don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do as many weddings as they've ever had in a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's true, man. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, no, circle back around to AI just to hit another point real quick. I mean, like, you use it for like stuff like your marketing. I use it for a lot of like data collection and stuff. As basically kind of like a quasi administrator and stuff. I mean, there's ways to utilize the technology properly without basically becoming lazy and dependent on it.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I know, and everybody thinks that they're scared that AI is going to take the jobs and this and that. I'm like, no, they're not going to take the premium DJs jobs. They might take the $300 DJ jobs, like you said, because if they're able to go and buy a nice sound system or whatever, and you throw some AI at that, and you give it the songs you want it to play, I'm sure it can play those songs and mix them or whatever, and that's fine. But like the premium guys like us, they're still going to want someone there, like a general of the wedding, and taking care of everything and telling people what's going on and what's going to happen. AI can't do that. When a planner comes up or a photographer comes up and is like, hey, we got to swap this and this, we got to change. She all of a sudden she wants to do the first dance after dinner and this and that. AI can't do that. It's like, you can't do that.
The other thing people don't realize is it's not AI the way that we viewed AI like in the 80s when we were watching futuristic movies that took place in 2025. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about essentially it's more like language based, obviously, because it's a language based software. But whenever you really think about it, like, you have to know how to say it and what to say, what to ask, how to prep it. There's a whole process to this. And it's almost the same thing as like, I mean, I could build software if I knew how to write code. Right, because you got to know what to tell the computer to do, or else the computer don't know what the hell you want to do. So certain things, it's just not there right now. It can't be. Maybe Tesla robots, get better at pouring drinks, and the next thing they're scratching on turntables. Who the hell knows? But right now, what we have at our disposal is really more or less, like I said, use the stuff where it's appropriate, like to make your, if you do like a $600 gig and you want to go ahead and have some stuff pre-mixed or something like that, or or just use it to pre-mix, a handful of songs that you could throw them on for a bathroom break or something like that.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of different ways to use it where you don't have to be the one to physically go out and do it. And if you can pull the songs in there, drop them in there, and be working on maybe an image or something like that for social media, now you can do two things at once, and you can eliminate all that, and you can go spend some more time with your kids or whatever the hell else you want to do.
Yeah, amen to that for sure. We got Stevie Ray in the comments says, "What's the kitty's name?" They're interested in your cat.
I got it. This cat is in heat, and it follows me around all the time. So that's why she's all crouched. It's this one. God, I can't. I just fucking call it cat, man. I'm not a cat. It's all for my fucking kids, man. I wouldn't have a goddamn animal in my entire life if it wasn't for kids. But I think this cat's name is June. They call her Junie all the time. So the other cat that we got, I don't mind the other cat. We have this calico female who's been through hell and back. She got picked up. We live out in the woods in New Hampshire, and she got picked up by an owl and had all these holes in the side of her, had a big old prolapse of uterus, and she's been through hell and back. So now she's just inside the house. She's just some fat bitch that lays around the house and eats food and shit. So it's cool, man. Once we all pop out a few litters and shit, we're like, been fucked up on the streets and stuff. It's like, I'm time to settle down. She goes outside, lays on the porch, but she don't dare wander into the tall grass. So.
Oh man, so my chat's all gonna laugh, and they're all gonna probably troll me in the comments, but I gotta ask, have you seen all the hype and everything on the new column arrays from China, the Exoton S1503s?
Are those the ones I saw somebody reviewing some that came from China? Are those the ones that are like $500 or something like that?
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, it looks and sounds like it sounds underwhelming, like the Rockville Titan kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now I haven't heard them in person. I've only seen some videos on them, but yeah, I mean that's kind of what it feels like to me. Feels like, and it's weird because like Rockville's fine. I mean, you want to buy like a facade, like a cheap facade or something that's going to work out well. You want to buy, some lighting. I mean, Rockville has decent lighting and stuff like that, but you would go to pick up any kind of speaker from them, and it is just the most god awful piece of shit you would ever buy. You could get better stuff off Temu, and it's like, why did you do that? Like, it's just like, why did you make that choice? I remember I bought sorry, dude. It is. Hey, a duck's a duck, man. It just is what it is, man. I bought a Titan because I was like, I'll use this battery powered Titan and it'll match with the column array look and everything, and I'll use that for my remote wedding ceremony. I bought it. I brought it out. I had tried it at my house, like, oh, this is cool and stuff. I had a little bit of room compression, but I think we'll be. I brought it out there, dude. It was the worst mistake. They weren't unhappy, but I was fucking embarrassed, and I was like, I shouldn't be because they're happy. But I told my wife was out helping me that day, and I told her, I said, I will never bring this piece of shit to another fucking wedding as long as I live. I said, I'm putting the son of a bitch back in the box, and they're paying for the shipping to bring it back because I'm not doing this.
All right, chat. There you go, chat. Let them have it, chat. Let them have it.
But to be fair, I have not heard them in person or anything like that. So I don't know. I don't know what these sound like myself.
Yeah, you got to get back on my channel. You got to watch my videos. So the Exoton 1503s, I challenge you, man. Buy one of them. Buy it on Amazon. Use my link, of course. You got to use my link
for sure.
And buy one of them and test it out. And I promise you, you're gonna like it more than your Evolve 50. I'm telling you.
All right.
The bass hits deeper. The bass hits harder. The tops, and the beauty of you having Evolve 50s is you can literally take the top of the Evolve 50, put it on your Exoton with the big ass 15-inch subwoofer, and it still works. Yeah, because that's
actually one of my favorite things about the Evolves. Is, I'm not running cables down.
Yeah.
And it's just I hear people talk about like the RFCs, like it's not that big a deal, just like a little bit of tape or like a Velcro band around it. And I completely agree. I don't think that there's anything wrong with what they're saying, but if you set like It doesn't have to be an Evolve 50. Any column array that would have a magnet in it, right? Or just take a column array and just unplug the cable. Looks better.
Yeah, for sure.
It just looks better.
It does.
And like I said, I mean, it's not, I'm not shitting on anybody else in that regard. I mean, but it just, whenever you have less cables or unseen cables, it looks better. That's why, everybody says, hide your cables. Well, if you just run it down the back, that's worse than if you don't have one at all. It just is what it is, man.
Yeah.
But once again, not everybody likes those Evolve 50s. Not everybody does, and I get it, man. And once you get up to about 150 people, especially the size of the room, it lacks.
Yeah.
It lacks. And I mean, you probably could do 200 people, not 200 people comfortably, but you could probably do 200 people, man. But it's just not going to be it's not going to be a full sound. I mean, at that point, I use the Mackie thumps or the goes for my ceremony sound. And and then the I forget what it is, whatever, the Mobile Mix 8, the battery powered mixer or whatnot.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, it's those are all cool little toys. I got those quite a while ago. Now, then they can, the Everse 8 is out, which allows for power for the wireless speaker system or the wireless microphone. And see, here's another little thing I'll tell you, man. Just for the type of gear I use, I have a pair of JBL battery power or JBL microphones, right? They're my key microphones. I use them everywhere. The only thing I hate about them is the receiver is a 1/4 inch instead of an XLR. And they were like 152 microphones, one receiver. And I've done weddings with them and not had any problems with them at all. I've not had any dropout issues or nothing like that. And it's literally like the easiest shit to use. And
that's what matters.
And so once again, now I bought a few other types of wireless microphones, and I just wasn't happy. They just never sounded right. And I was there. It was like, oh, well, you got to jump up and spend, $1,500 on a single mic to get. And I was like, nah, I know you don't have to. It's just a matter of finding where that is. And they're just a pair of JBLs, man. And I went through one of them, and then I just bought another set. So I've dropped for my more professional setup, I've dropped about $300 on microphones and already went through a set. And there's no problem with them at all. You know what I mean? So, but a lot of people, they don't like, they don't want to use the, anything that might not be seen as top grade professional. But once again, if it works, it works. And if it's not broken, then why the hell am I trying to fix it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe in that as well. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Well, we got about 5 more minutes. If y'all have any questions for DJ ROC, put it in the comments and we will get to it. Let's go over some of these comments here. Let's see. I hope that's not my internet. They're saying you need a new camera. I don't know if that's my internet or what.
Yeah, I think I done told you guys at the very beginning. I am not the social media dude. All right? So what makes you think? What makes you think I even own a GoPro 1? You know what I'm saying? It ain't happening, dude. You got my HP Victus camera, all right, in my basement. You'd be happy with what you got, all right?
I don't even know what that is, but yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, it's a laptop. It's a laptop.
At least his
camera,
audio was good. That's the main thing. When the audio sucks, people just tune right off. They're like, nope, I'm out of here,
Plus, trust me, I'm not that good looking of a guy. I'm saving you some pain and torture here, man.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Moving. By the way, I should say that's at the beginning of every guest I bring on. We like to talk shit and riz each other on my channel, and my whole thing started off is roasting people. But I couldn't really find anything to roast you about. So I mean, your website looked legit and everything. So we'll roast this camera, guys. Tell them that camera fucking sucks.
Your camera fucking sucks. You should have spent a little bit more money on the camera than your fucking shitty ass gear. You saved enough money on your damn microphones.
So I do want to tell you though, for as far as the Exitons go, and I'm not trying to push them or whatever, but I am saying the one thing that's great about them is the fact that they're $580, and all those DJs you have under you, you can tell them guys like, hey, if you want to have that professional look with the column arrays, you can get you a set of these Exitons for about $1,000, instead of EV70s, you're paying $7,000, or even EV50s, you're going to be paying $4,000. You can get two Exotons for $1,000. They look incredible. They sound incredible. And I think they're good for up to about 225 people, 250 people, depending on the room and everything. They'll knock it out of the park, man. I mean, they're my favorite speakers. They're what I'm using for 2026. And I've had Evolve 50s. I've got LD systems, ICOA 12-inch tops with subwoofers. I've got the JBL PRX1. I've got the Bose L1 Pro 16s. I got the RCF J8s. And I'm telling you, the Exotons, I like them better than all of those. So,
yeah, it might be worth buying one, checking it out. Are they battery powered?
No, they're not battery powered. Yeah, I know.
I'm really trying to move towards battery powered shit and wireless DMX stuff. I'm trying to eliminate cords as much as I can. I really probably wind up going with some both lighting and stuff like that next go around. And just trying to go for that. Less cords at this point, you know what I mean? That way I don't have as much cable management. But I will say, earlier whenever you guys were talking about song requests and handling song requests, right? I actually talk to brides about this all the time. When I start talking to them about their do not playlist, I'll ask them something like, hey, well, today I had one with a bride and I was talking about she didn't want Get Low or like Single Ladies and stuff. And I was like, so are these like totally off the list? Like say somebody comes up and requests them and stuff, yes or no? She said, absolutely not. Don't want them. I was like, okay, cool. And then usually I just offer the information. I just tell them, I go, look, the one thing that you're going to get with me whenever you say that you don't want them played is that I have a couple different strategies that I use to push people off who want to request songs that I know that you don't want them to request. But the last thing I will ever do is say, nope, that's on the bride's do not playlist, because then you got
them under the bus,
Aunt Bertha over there drunk as shit, like have him play 22, and it's like, and then finally she does. And then all I did was just make the bride's day stressful, so I have a few different ways. A lot of times anytime somebody wants a request, you push it off for 3-5 songs. And then if they want another request, 5 to 8 songs. And if they want another request, but I also use no song requests. So they do a QR code. It comes to me. I don't really have to deal with Aunt Bertha a whole lot, So it's one of those things where it's like, but I don't ever, I play whatever the bride and groom want is what I play, period. I always tell them, I go, if you want me to play B-52 Love Shack on repeat for 4 fucking hours, that's what we're going to do. I don't care. And I will sit there straight face. It's not your day, buddy. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
You know what I mean? Hey, I don't care. It's these guys' day. That's all I care about is making their day fucking awesome.
Amen, man. Amen. Well, that's a perfect ending to this interview. Make the bride's day awesome. DJ ROC, give it one time for DJ ROC in the comments, man. Everybody,
you did the clap effect for me, man.
I know, I did.
Where's my audience cheering?
That was it. You didn't hear it?
Oh, I didn't hear it. No, I didn't hear it.
Okay.
I just heard you hyping me up.
No, it plays through my stream. I guess it's not playing through y'all's headphones, but yeah, I was playing the cheers.
Didn't get no cheering, man.
Yeah. Kelly says, Stevie Ray says it's James' fault. James knew Rock was going to shit on his discount speakers, Rockville and Exoton, so he set Rock's resolution to 180p. Oh man!
No, a quick question: is that's
funny?
The speaker I'm talking about? It's all alphabet soup, man. It's all hot garbage. I hate all the number and letter shit, dude. Just have it be a fucking name, man.
Yeah.
But no, like I think it was DJ Daryl Barnett. I watched him do a video of like a $500 Chinese column array.
Yeah.
And so that's the only one that I have in my head. If that's the one you're talking about, that's the one I heard on there. Yeah. And whatnot. But hey,
no, you got to hear it in person. You got to hear it in person. Okay. Compare it to your Evolve 50, and I promise you, you're gonna be emailing me back. You're gonna be like, let me get back on the show and tell you how great that speaker is. And I upgraded my webcam.
Yeah.
It was good to get to know you, man.
Bad news though, I got a shittier mic. Yeah.
It was good to get to know you, man. Thanks for coming on, and even the chat saying we had some good jokes. They said, wait, what was that comment I just saw?
Shitty cam,
but great advice. There you go.
Hey, like I said before, I put all the mojo where it needs to go. All right. Nobody cares about the camera. They only care about the talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So maybe we'll see each other at an expo one day or something like that, and be able to shake your hand. But thank you for coming on here. And yeah, man, if you ever got some more advice or whatever, and later on down the road, feel free to email me and I'll share it with my company, and maybe we'll bring you back on in the future. So
For sure. Rock on, guys. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you, man. And that'll be it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for showing up again tonight. We'll see you next Wednesday night. I got another special guest coming on next Wednesday night, and he's a YouTube all-star. So I'll save it until Monday. You guys, I'll drop the thumbnail on Monday. I'll see who it is. But just say he's been a YouTube star for quite some time. He's got a huge following. So get excited, and we'll learn something from him next week. But everybody, once again, here's the cheer. Say thank you to DJ ROC, and we will see you next Wednesday. Good night, everybody.